On this Earth Day, we're looking into what's being done to protect and keep Tampa Bay beautiful.
ABC Action News reporter Lydia Vasquez goes in depth on the impact efforts the Great Port Cleanup is having on the Bay Area and the actions organizers are now taking to protect the future of its inhabitants.
We're seeing quite a bit of accumulation in certain areas in and around, all around the Bay. Really, it's maybe 50-60 years of accumulation of floatable debris.
The theme for this year's Great Port Cleanup is investing in the planet.
We had our inaugural event last year, and we removed over 19,000 pounds of trash, floatable debris, mainly plastics and styrofoams.
Chris Cooley is the Director of Environmental Affairs for Port Tampa Bay. He tells me efforts to protect the Bay goes beyond Earth Day, but today it's a celebration of how far we've come.
There's been a significant improvement in the water quality of Tampa Bay since the 1950s. They've set targets for for seagrass recruitment and regeneration. So there were some major water quality issues in the Bay, habitat, seagrass loss, and we've really turned that around.
Cooley attributes that turnaround to community effort, like those along the shoreline picking up waste one by one.
In years past, we have collected tons and tons of trash, and every year we actually record the amount of trash that we pick up. So it has gone down in the last probably 6 years compared to 6 years prior.
From 2015 to 2016, Keep Tampa Bay Beautiful reported it removed more than 600,000 pounds of waste. That number dropped in 2019 with nearly 360,000 pounds collected. And fast forward to 2021, almost 230,000 pounds of litter was picked up. In total, the last 6 years, close to 2 million pounds of waste has been removed from Tampa Bay. Debbie Evenson, the executive director of Keep Tampa Bay Beautiful, tells me mangroves play a crucial role in the fight to a cleaner bay.
Being able to go into the mangroves and send volunteers in there, when the water comes in, it brings the trash into it and then it captures it, so it's not going back out onto the bay. So it's kind of like we're bringing all the trash to our volunteers. They get a little into the mangroves and they can fill one bag just in one spot.
Although cleanup efforts are making a difference, organizers tell me single-use plastic like straws and water bottles continue to damage marine life.
Finding that in the waterways is horrible because what happens is those plastics break down into microplastics, which then sea life are just ingesting. So they don't even know. Maybe they're not even meaning to eat it, but then obviously eventually they're going to end up either dying.
The path to restore damaged ecosystems and a more sustainable life remains top of mind for Cooley.
We're working on determining where the trash is coming from. So we've adopted what's called a water goat, and a few other entities in the area have adopted these water goats. They're a kind of a very simple system of buoys and nets that skim these floatables off the top of the water before they make their way into the bay and ultimately into the Gulf of Mexico. So that's one big initiative, is trying to isolate that trash from its source.
As for this year's Great Port Cleanup, Evenson tells me it's nearly doubled from last year, cleaning up around 35,000 pounds of waste.
The day-to-day operations, that's the key. You know, we prepare for the big incident because it could happen, but it's really those day-to-day best practices in the industry that's really going to make the difference moving forward.
In Tampa, Lydia Vasquez, ABC Action News.